biggest thing I've noticed with the students with their mental health is they have the weight of the world on their shoulders now. With the introduction of smartphones at a much younger age, they're not getting a break from things. And so this is really impacting their mental health, because before you had a problem at school, you had an issue with a kid, you went home, you moved on, you didn't see them, you had a break, you could sort of figure out what you wanted to do. Whereas now it's constantly in their face. So it's really impacting their mental health, and that they aren't getting the escapes. And they think that you're getting an escape when they go into their phones, which is really not helping them a whole lot. So they're just not letting themselves have the time to breathe that they need to. So everything takes on such a huge weight on their shoulders, which is making them more susceptible to things like addictions that occur around them on their daily life.
Resources out there to families is important. The other issue is wait lists. Like I've had students waiting on wait lists to get some pretty serious help, and then by the time they're off the wait list, they're not even Janeway age appropriate anymore. So, and I ask my students these questions, like, why do you think kids turn to substance use and drugs and things like that? And they think that a lot of their friends don't know what else to do and how else to cope.
A lot of our students are coming to us with childhood trauma, are coming to us with many challenges where they see their parents and other adults in the throes of addiction and mental health difficulties. And then, of course, there's also the stigma of trying to ask about mental health. While I'm very open about my own mental health, it's very hard to get students talking about their own mental health.
Teachers are not trained for this. So, teachers get uncomfortable. Sometimes they shut down conversations because they don't want to make things worse. I say all the time, I'm not a counselor, but I can listen. And then, the new kids come in, and I say, look, I might not have all the answers, but I can try to help you find where you can get them, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's nice for them to feel like not everybody knows. And it's okay for me not to know, because not even Miss Beatty knows. So, but that kind of struggle and not being able to put it into words. Sometimes they don't have that emotional intelligence to put their feelings into words, so that's tough. And sometimes they just turn to what's available to them, and more and more that's becoming substance. I also think it's important to teach coping skills, things that are kind of behind why some students turn to substances for help, because if we're teaching them how to regulate, how to ask for help, how to explain how they're feeling, how to little things, even breathing exercises, are so important to help combat getting into substances. DECYDE is very helpful in my classroom, and it can easily bring up some conversations around mental health and learning about mental health and how our brains work, even biologically and physiologically. And I think that the resources that are in DECYDE material for mental health are important, as well as substance use, because they go hand in hand.
Within the school system, we're not equipped to handle a lot of the topics in the trauma-based rhetoric. And in order to do, this is why I love the DECYDE program, because it is based in trauma-informed. And we are given outcomes, but not all the outcomes necessarily follow a trauma-informed practice, which makes it difficult for us to teach these kids who are coming in with so many challenges already at home before they enter our school.